Alllen Ginsburg comes up with this great idea called the American sentence, and it's based on the idea of what is haiku, the basics of haiku, the core parts of haiku, and so which are 17 syllables, a volta, and do it the hell what you want, right? That's the core parts of haiku. And Alllen Ginsburg looked at that and thought, this is fantastic. Now, of course, there are many other elements to haiku. I mean, thousands of elements to haiku. However, Alllen Ginsburg thought something that was really important about haiku is that it did not match the dynamism of English, particularly American English. And so he looked at it and said, okay, there's some things we can do with this. And so he started working around the idea of what he called the American sentence. Now, when I write haiku, I do gravitate towards writing the American sentence style of haiku. It's got a subject, a verb, and an object. And so that automatically matches that three-part vibe that comes from a haiku. But with Ginsberg, he left it as a sentence. He didn't break them up into bits. And when I'm writing haiku today, I do break it up into bits, mostly for the sake of the readers, but not when I'm writing it. When I'm composing the haiku I publish, I actually write them all out as a sentence, and I leave it in that sentence form as I jostle bits around and figure out what I want to do. So very cool. Here's an example of a Ginsberg American sentence. 4 skinheads stand in the streetlight rain, chatting under an umbrella. There you go. It's a sentence, a single sentence, and it has those 3 parts, and it's unexpected, which is what makes haiku so amazing, because haiku does the unexpected. That is part of what makes haiku wonderful. And so if you listen to it, 4 skinheads stand under the streetlight rain, chatting, so that's the 3rd part, under an umbrella. And it's because people don't expect skinheads to hang out under a street lamp and chat. That's not what you think of with skinheads. And then the next part that's cool is that they're under this umbrella. So imagine the skinniest of skinheads, back in the punk era in the 70s. And they're all underneath a street lamp, underneath an umbrella, and they're just sitting there chatting. And for me, in my image, the image I see, of course, I see them smoking and just looking, radical. They're fun guys. So that's how the American sentence works. It is a great poetic form, but it is a takeoff on haiku and goes in a direction that is unexpected. And it does fit the dynamism of American English.